What's up, everyone? Bradley Jack Design here with another lovely Tuesday evening for you all. So what are we going to do today? Let's turn some music on. There we go, that's better. So we're going to make a Justin Herbert design, and we're going to see if we can toss it into one of my 3D one-touch mock-ups. So I've got a lot of those. We can figure out which ones we want to put it in. We'll probably toss it in a couple depending on the time, but we'll probably toss it into the 3D video one. We're probably going to make a front and a back to this card, so we can toss it in there, see the front and back, and just play around from there. So I did a little tinkering earlier to figure out what I wanted to do today, so that's going to be good. So I should be able to have a better fleshed out idea of what we want to do. I've already got a couple photos of him edited and cut out. That way we're not wasting 30 minutes just editing photos. I also have the Chargers logo here. We can do something with that, and I'll use it to steal colors from. So, you know, I'll grab the blue. We'll just toss that in the background real quick. And we'll save this already as Herbie card, my desktop. Maybe your first sports card today. Patty Mahomes 1 of 1. That's always fun to do. People love Patrick Mahomes. Hopefully it performs well for you. So we can blow up the Chargers logo. We'll do something with that later. Let's get a little bit of a composition down for these guys. But first, actually, what I want to do is I want to give this a border. So there's a million ways you can give this a border. I'm just going to make this layer. I'm going to give it a fill of 0, and I'm just going to give it an inner stroke of 50. So working at 300 pixels per inch. So 50 pixels per inch is going to be something, you know, hold on, let's try that again. Stroke 50. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna put that on top, and I'm gonna lock it so we don't put anything on top of that. So everything is going to be below this stroke that we have on here. Let's then go in and do a new canvas. Let's do a margin. So the margin, if I do 50 all around, it's gonna give me where that border is. I'll do 100. But we're probably gonna have stuff float to the edges of this on purpose. Let's just do 4 and 4. Let's do something like that. See if we want to use that. So here's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna do a bit of a composition like this. Now let me see if I can do this without it breaking. Here are all the edits I did to Justin Herbert. So actually, no, let's go back here. So I was playing around with this image before, and it was breaking a little bit, and I didn't like it. And I'll show you what was going on. So I wanted it to be pretty large, you know, like this. Have them up here. I wanted it actually even larger. You know, I want huge like this. Actually, probably something like this. So I really want you to see him here, but his arm's just kind of off in the distance. So we're gonna try and do a puppet warp. And hopefully what this is going to allow us to do is just bring his arm over. But we have to ground other areas. I'm just going to draw some points on here to ground some other areas. And we'll toss it here. And we'll just kind of pull his arm up like this so we can see that he's actually kind of throwing the ball. We're going to do this without trying to make his arm look like it's just rubber. I think that's pretty good. Still looks pretty realistic. The issue is, though, is it's like cutting off his thumb here now. So you see that? Like his thumb's gone. And I don't really know how to combat that. If I turn the puppet warp off, it's there. You know, it's cutting off here too. So it's something that's a little odd that I want to try and figure out how to fix. Yeah, Matt, we're doing a nice Herbert design. I'm going to just take his thumb out of there. And then this other area we'll fake the funk and figure out how to fix something else later. All right, so we've got him here. Let's put this Justin down here like this. And then what I want to do is I want to do a cool double exposure sort of deal. So I made a copy of that smart object to a new smart object. And then I'm going to delete all of the layer, or I'm going to delete the layer mask, and then we'll have our background. So actually I'm going to unmask that to that. I'm going to shove this all the way down to the bottom and over a little bit like that. Now I'm going to mask this. So then what we can do is, actually, we'll make a new layer. We'll group that with Herbert. Back Herbert. Back Herbert. Herbert. I mean, this is a personal file. It doesn't need to be organized, right? So now what I'm going to do is in here on this layer, I'm just going to paint to sort of extend his body, because I can't do that with the original image. That's just how the image is. So I'm just going to go like this and just, here's the rest of his body. Fake it. And then, you know, I can erase parts of it that I don't want on here. Mainly the image doesn't go that far. So we'll just go like this and be like, oh, here you go. That's actually where his torso goes naturally, right? Right. So then we will get rid of a lot of this, like that. Not as much. Maybe not as much. Something like that. And then we don't need it to be bleeding off or fading off on his arm, so we'll just paint all that out. So this is what we've got going on right now. So I like the composition. This is what I wanted to have from the start. Yeah, watch it in the morning. You know, that's not a problem, Matt. The video will be up and available. So this is what we have going on. I'm going to toss just like some high passes on these, set to like, I don't know, a pixel. And I'm going to change the blending mode of that to overlay, which is going to add some contrast. I'll set it to 66, and I just want to do it to both. I just want to add a little bit of sharpening to both, which that high pass layer will do. Okay, so now what do we want to do with this? So maybe we can incorporate something with the logo. Maybe we can incorporate something going here. I do want to play around with maybe. Let's see where we can really have this. Maybe if I make him a little bit larger, we can boost him up in the composition a little bit like that. So let me see here. So I downloaded some stuff from a website called Footage Crate, which I have stuff here. I downloaded some tune effects. So these are some effects that someone drew out and tossed in here. So I'm going to use a couple of these in this design. I'm trying to remember which one I wanted to use. So maybe we drop this down. Let's label some stuff here. Front Herbert. So maybe we do something like this. So I want to add like hand-drawn elements to this, but I like can't draw well, so we're going to do it this way. So we got a little bit of a hand-drawn thing going on here. Let's squish it in a little bit. So it just looks like he's kind of kicking up some dust. Maybe we get rid of the blue so it just looks like it's black and white. Maybe that looks a little bit better. It's still a little bit gray. So let's drag this over a little bit. Maybe we drag this over. I don't know, something like that. Just make this, I don't know, back, leg, fog, up stuff. So Footage Crate has a lot of cool stuff. You can download like 5 things a day. So these are some just like anime wind who's a what's its. So, you know, I can take like this and maybe we toss it in front of Herbert. Like this, set to like screen. I don't know, maybe it's swirling somewhere. It's a cool effect, but maybe we'll do something else. But then I downloaded some like electric effects, which I know we're going to use because, you know, we've got the chargers. Electricity just seems to be easy to use to nail on the head for that. So I've got some of these frames. You know, I can just put it there and be done. What I'm actually going to do is let's give this a color overlay. I'm going to give it a color overlay of the yellow. What's up, Jordan? And then I'm actually going to give it an outer glow of that yellow as well. Let's set that to screen at 100%. Let's make the size something slightly smaller. Actually, do I want this to be set to screen, or do I want this to be set to color or hue? I want this to be set to color. So it's still white electricity, but it is glowing yellow. And we can accentuate that however we wish. So we'll move this here like this. And we're going to mask out a bunch of this. So like we're going to get rid of this. We're going to get rid of this. We're going to get rid of this one. We can probably keep this one. But I'm going to make it seem like it's going behind him like that. Just mask it out to there. And boom, there. Now it's magically going behind him. Let me just see something real quick. I love edits on edits on edits on edits. Let's hit save as. Okay. Let's add some more. These frames are really cool. I've used these before in other things. They're just a bunch of little frames. I'm mainly looking for ones that I can like curve around the body. Oh, and actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to group these all together and name this lightning. And we're going to add the layer effects to the whole layer. So now anything I put in that layer has that effect on it. I don't have to apply it to every single effect. That should also trim down a little bit on file size. So let's make this curve around the leg. Let's make a curve around the back of the leg. Yeah, the video files take a little bit. I tweaked some of the settings. Whatever I said in the video I posted is what I use to make it go quicker. So I would look into that because the default settings I think take like 6 years. So watch that video I made and see if that helps. Otherwise, it might just be your computer, which very well might be the issue too. Who knows? So now it looks like it's going behind his leg, so that's cool. So we got some of those. Let's just add a couple more. Let's just add some streaks going like across his leg. Let's add... That's too close to that. Let's just do this sort of streak right here on his back leg. I don't want to overwhelm it too much, but I do want these in here because they're super cool. And if anyone likes anime, then it's like, oh, that's super awesome. So here's some electricity. So I want to get rid of this one, actually. We got rid of that. Let's find a different one that we can curve around his shoulder. Let's curve this one around his shoulder. Big spark thing. Kind of like that. Right in front of his face. Let's just invert the selection. And we'll just come up here. Paint, paint, paint. Paint, paint, paint. You can probably get some nice lighting effects off of this. And we're just going to paint a nice pretty line over his shoulder. And get rid of that. Alright, cool. So now that we have that, we have the lightning. What we need to do is we need to add some effects to Herbert himself. So we're going to take a nice soft brush set to like 30%. And I'm just going to click in areas that I think this would affect. Kind of like this. I'm just painting along these lines essentially, and we can go back in and fix some of this or blur some of this if it doesn't make sense. But pretty much we just want to hit areas and then hit areas real broadly like this with a lighter touch. And then we can set this to like color, which looks terrible. I'm going to get rid of the lightning layer so we can see what we're doing. So if I set it to overlay, it looks like that. I'm going to duplicate that and set it to screen. And then put that below the overlay. Set the overlay to 100. You can see the difference, you know, if you have a screen layer on top of an overlay and then vice versa. Set that to color. Clip these all together. You know, it doesn't look like that. Looks like way too much. Like one of these layers has to go. Alright, let's see what Q looks like. Looks like that. That's fine. I think I want a screen on top of the overlay. You know, there's so much. These are both set to screen. So screen on top of the overlay. Maybe this is set to 5. Maybe we set them to 50%. It's really not doing what I want. I'm just like thinking too hard about what this should actually look like. Let's just do color. Let's do screen on top. Let's set it to, oh, let's do this. Let's make it only affect the high ends. Yeah, that's fine. Can't really tell what I did, but it's okay. Let's do a different, let's do something else. Let's go to the color balance. Let's just boost it to yellow, like a bunch. All the way yellow. Great. We'll apply that, invert it. What happens if I select all of these then? It's gonna do that. Yeah, that makes sense. So I'm gonna duplicate this layer and convert it to a smart object, because then it's just gonna be the lightning. So then I can go in here and delete the color balance layer like that. Get rid of the lightning. Select this layer. Select, modify, let's expand like 4 pixels. And then I can hit delete. And then that's actually gonna give me a much more subtle yellow. And then actually if I feather that layer, 580 pixels. That looks way better. We'll do that. That suggestion got knocked out, Garrett. This is not Kadarius Toney, the rookie of the week, I think. So we got that going on. So I've got some other electricity stuff. These are slightly different, but I think I can still use them. So like I could probably use something like this down here in front. Now it's completely different lightning, so this might clash and I might hate it, but let's put this in that same layer. So now that, what happens if I get rid of the color overlay? It needs the color overlay. So I think that just looks bad. Maybe if we put it behind, but in front of the back leg smoke stuff. You know, something like that. He's got electricity on the ground. It's electric. Doot, doot, doot. Okay. So I'm going to go into this Herbert layer real quick, and I'm going to select, modify, expand. No. Select, modify. Contract 1 pixel. I'm going to delete the layer mask with that. Save and just go back. Just get rid of some of the fringe. Right there. Okay. Save. Sounds good. So I like what's going on here. I would like if there was some more like white behind him. So maybe we'll go in. I have the gradient layer selected. I want a brush set to 40%. So maybe we'll go like this. And maybe we can add something behind him that is going to allow us to have a little bit more lighting effect on him. Because, you know, I'd like to do the stereotypical stuff I do, like modify, contract 3 pixels, and then do a nice curves layer adjustment, and then just really whip up the brightness of that. Or really do it on the top layer. Really do that around the edges. Have a nice edge lighting behind him. But we don't want that to hit the bottom layers, and then we can paint it out of this area. So it doesn't look as normal like that. So we can put something back here. Maybe we want to put the stadium. We got to put his name somewhere. We might find just an easy way of doing that, having his name listed somewhere. Maybe we can do some real crazy stuff. There we go. That's back to normal. You know, maybe we can take this path of his body here and turn it into a path and take it into After Effects and use a filter on it. You know, I do like this Chargers logo. Maybe we like toss it in the back and just like completely mess up the dimensions of it and just anger anyone that has done any work for the Chargers ever. Oops. Let's get rid of that for now. So I like the idea actually of going like this, I'm going to copy this, mask the background to that, get rid of it, and then take the bottom, which I have a fixed ratio on right now, and delete. We'll make a new layer that's just white. Let's act like I know what I'm doing. What do we got going on? Oh, using a very weird something or other. So maybe the card's up here, then it starts down here. Just having a little bit more of an actual effect on things. You can't really tell what this looks like. You know, maybe it's up like that. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of something that would look more dynamic than just having a plain blue background. Let's make this smaller. Because I do want to incorporate some of the white or some color in the background. I don't want it to just look like this. So let's find San Diego topographic map. Well, not San Diego, because they're not in San Diego anymore. They're in Los Angeles. Los Angeles topographic map. lib.texas.edu. The Perry Castaneda map collection. California. Hello, I would like Los Angeles in 1970, please. Thank you. Save to downloads. Great. Hide. Okay, Los Angeles. Maybe we have that right here. Maybe we have that on top of this. Set to overlay. Get rid of this. Ugh, no. Set to multiply. Maybe we want to make this black and white and inversed, which is not what I meant to do there, but let's do that. Oh, I hid my Safari so I can't see you guys. Great. All right, you guys are back. It's good. So now if I set this to screen and get rid of this, it gives him some texture, but I do like just using these as texture in the background. Which I know, I think Tyson does the same sort of stuff like this, using map and actual stuff, and it's just texture. Maybe we can find, so here it says Los Angeles right there. So maybe we want that to be prominent. Like, hey, it says Los Angeles right there. So now we know it's Los Angeles. That's cool. Let's just delete that layer mask we've got going on. And let's just see if we can find a spot for Los Angeles. Like right there above his shoulder. Make it a little bit larger. Boom, Los Angeles. Great. What happens if I take this top color and just gradient it downward? Doesn't look too bad. That's not too bad. Okay, let's make the gradient map on this top thing. Sorry, the
gradient map.
All right, we want that to be on this top area. I just really want to get rid of this sort of gray area down here. So we're just going to darken up things like that. But I don't want it to be too muddy or too hard to tell what anything is. So let's drag this over, see what this does. That's fine. All right, save. I don't like how that looks, so we're going to get rid of that. Okay, so let's take this Chargers logo. Let's do something with this Chargers logo. You know, let's make it work for its money to be in this graphic. While we're at it, we're going to duplicate the bottom and set it to multiply or overlay. And then we're going to mask it to the bottom. It's going to give us a subtle gradient, which is nice. So we're going to set it to multiply, or we're going to set it to screen. We'll set it to screen. And that'll give us what we want. Okay, I gotta like, the effects are just like changing on me where that yellow is. So it's like, I don't like that, I do like that, what's going on? Okay, we got Herbert over here, we got Herbie up there, we got Herbert going down here. He's walking on sunshine. That's great. Got this. So now what do we want to do? Let's save it real quick. let's get rid of Herbert. Let's get rid of the back Herbert and actually the front Herbert. And really all of this stuff. Let's take a look at our background. Because I feel like a lot of times my backgrounds are really plain. I just want to do something a little bit more fleshed out for that. So let's actually new smart object via copy. Go into the chargers. Yeah, I could throw the logo into Cinema 4D. There's a lot I want to do on here. And the way I have this styled up, I don't know if a 3D logo would fit. Now the Chargers logo is pretty basic, so that's good. I just threw it into Illustrator real quick because I'm going to merge everything together. Merge. And then I'm just gonna make it white lines. There. So now it's just white lines. Let's just take that and duplicate it a couple times randomly, and just really, it's gonna get really busy. I don't know. I'm just seeing what sticks in my brain about what I like. Okay. What if I'm just trying to think here, like, okay, these are all black and white, that's fine. Okay, what if we get rid of this and save it and go back? Then they all look kind of like that, but what if we just want the middle area and the outer area like this, and then that all shines through? That, I think, would be somewhat cool. And you can still see the stuff behind it, but actually let's drop these below it so you still see it. That's cool. And then what's gonna make this cooler? Setting it to an angle. Let's do 22 degrees. Let's do negative 22 degrees. Actually, no. What's Justin's number? Is 10? Yeah, 10? Let's do 10 degrees. Let's go back a little bit. Back, back, back. Okay, 10 degrees. Negative 10. Slanting this way just because. So we got 10 degrees. That's great. How can we tweak this even more? Let's convert this to a smart object so we can mess around with it. What happens if I go to filter and do like a crystallize on that? Does that do anything at all? No, because there's no background to it. Which is really weird how that works out. If you can't crystallize a group like that, I'm sure I could do other stuff on this. Now, wave is super weird. Super, super weird. I can't make it any bigger. But it's just gonna make it more jagged. And it's like the more you make it or the less you make it. I want it to be real jagged. You know, I can basically just like blow it up. Tweak the wavelengths. Let's go like that. What does that look like? Okay. I don't hate that, actually. We toss Herbert back on top of that. Just gonna take a hot sec. So, you know, we got some stuff going on in the background. It's a little busy, but we got some stuff going on in the background. Turn all these guys back on. Lightning effects, lightning. Great, good, great. Get rid of that. Keep that on there. I hate how it's not, there you go. It's not showing you the actual correct effect. So that's what we got going on. Maybe we want to make this ground actually blue. Let's do that. I've got all this edited stuff on here, but I'm just gonna toss a
Radiant map
on top of it and just save it and go back, and it should just turn blue. Yeah, kind of like that. Did that blend in too much? Do we want to make it yellow instead? Is yellow gonna look stupid? Yellow might look stupid, because that's what happens when you If you make yellow dark, it just turns into brown and looks terrible. But we might be able to get this to work however we want. We'll save, go back, smart object, poof. Ugh. That looks disgusting. Alright, we're gonna make it blue. We're gonna keep it blue. It's just gonna blend in nice and well. I'm gonna get rid of that. Oh, we got lightning, 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 lightning. We've got the stuff on the bottom. Fog leg, back stuff, blah, blah, blah. I need it to be more contrast, so we're gonna do that. Save. Good, 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 good. Let's do some stuff to Herbert here. Now what do we want to do here? I just like that general curves effect, where it is just a big nice highlight from around the edge. Like I just think that looks good on almost every photo. So we'll just add it here, get rid of the bottom effects like that. Save. Okay. So there's a couple different things we can do. We need to put his name on here somewhere. And how do we want to put his name on here? Now a lot of this is inspired by Tyson Beck, because it kind of looks like something Tyson would make. So let me see. Just grab a handful of his cards here. So I'm just going to look through these and just see how he put their name on there and how so. So like in this Ronald Acuna card that Tyson made, he just has his name super small down here at the bottom. It's all about it saying it's over and then cool stuff going on in the background. And some of the other ones are like that too. A lot of these other ones are based on other cards, so the name is on there reminiscent to what the card would look like. So maybe we just put his name down here, figure out a way to do it. Just trying to think, like, I want more contrast with him in the background, maybe we want some more stuff. I don't know. Okay. Let's add a couple paper effects on top of this, just so this has some paper depth to it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to basically take the background of this, and we're going to make a back to this card. Just going to figure out what we want to do with that. So I'm going to hop over to my stock images here, which is giant. And I'm going to go to paper. I've got paper textures in here that I like to use. I pretty much use the same ones, though, each time. This is a nice canvasy one. Let's see if we can use this one. Drag and drop. Toss it on top. Now, I could toss this on top of the layer that is just the border. And it just makes it more of a paper card. Let's see what Tyson does on here. Some of these are full bleed, and they have a effect on it. Now this is too much, so we need to take another
gradient map.
Another gradient map and just toss it on here. And I'm using this just to increase the contrast. So really what I want is I want like the most subtle texture on it, like that. You can barely even tell that's there, so that's fine. We can do something a little bit more crinkly, but I don't want to do that. I want something more like this. I want some paper grain, and I'll put that underneath the actual logo. And what I'm going to do is we're going to set that to multiply again. And I don't hate that it's on top. I was just going to put it underneath everything except for the bottom. So the background has the texture, but the top doesn't because of how the top is affected. I figured maybe we should do that instead. So that's what we're going to do. Just want to make sure that I don't have any crazy urgent things people are tossing my way. All right. What information do you want me to put on the front of this card? Probably say his name, maybe the chargers. We'll probably put it right here, nice and clean. We can add some other stuff going on to this as well. Let's find, do I have that connected? Yes. Okay, let me see if I can find some photos. Go to my backup. Go to my photos. Oh, these are on here. Awesome. Hollywood. Just searching one of my hard drives real quick. I've got Hollywood photos on here, or photos of the Hollywood sign from when I took a trip to Los Angeles. You can also probably find a way better photo of the Hollywood sign, so let's just do that. Alright, so what are we going to do? We need a photo of the Hollywood sign. Let's find a new who's or what's it. Right here, let's go to Envato, see if Envato has one since I paid for that. We want Hollywood. Hollywood. Alright, I want stock photo. I want photos of Hollywood. You know, we can boss this up. We can download some palm trees, stuff like that. I really like these backwards Hollywood sign stuff, which I did use in a project before. I kind of want to steal it again and toss it in here. Just that it looks out on Hollywood. I originally used it. I was going to use it for a collaboration with Garrett. But then that stopped. So I'm trying to think of where it would be. I think it's on this hard drive. I'm going to plug this hard drive in. I might steal that effect just for the bottom because it looks awesome. So instead, let's find some palm trees. Because it's California, it's palm trees, right? Like, let's just get super generic 3D. Find some palm trees. We go to my other design thing. Hello, Garrett. Where do we want to put the palm trees? A good question. All right, let me find this. This would be under my looking at the wrong one. Could be in paid design. So you say hi and then Nightbot gets you, so you can't do that. Bear with me as I find this. I would search this, but it's like super broken and won't let me. When did I make this? Is this stuff all from this year? Yeah, okay, so it's not there. So it would have to be here, under here, and right here, and in here. It's actually one of my favorite things I've made. This Cooper Cup wallpaper. Yeah, I might add him as border elements. Maybe behind him. So I feel like there needs to be a little bit of separation between the back and him. Now I can just go like this. Let's select him here. Let's select, modify, expand. Let's expand 25 pixels. And then what do we want to do? We want to take that and I want to turn that into a path. Whoa, look at this path. That's disgusting. I actually don't want to turn it into a path. What I want to do is I want to just make a layer and just fill it with white, like that. So now there's some depth behind him, but this is a stupid looking layer and it's like down here and like super broken and not actually what I want. So let's duplicate this. Breaks everything I just did. Convert this to a smart object. Man, okay, select, modify, expand, yes. New layer. I guess I could just give it a stroke. That would do the same thing and be a little bit more editable. But what I want to do is there something I can make this... I want to make the selection more jagged. I could just do it, you know, and just use the pen tool. Like that might be better. Let's go into the filter gallery and see what doesn't work. Okay, let's hit some buttons here. I really just want to like mess up the edges a bunch, which isn't going to be in here. It would be under distort. Ooh, let's zigzag this. Yeah, the zigzag is really weird. Let's do around center. Out from center, zigzag like this. And let's do it like that. What's that gonna look like? Nothing. Alright, we'll keep this for now. Let's add a little bit of yellow to that. Just like that, just because we can. Alright, now we're going back. Let me find this Cooper Cup graphic. Theoretically, it's named. Named well that I can find it easily. Theoretically. I think it was for Sunday Night Football, so theoretically it would be under Sunday Night Football. Here we go. Sunday Night Football. Cooper Cup. I'll just find this. Open this file. Here it goes. Read in Photoshop format. I wanted to make sure we have enough time to make the front of this and to have time to make the back. So we gotta figure out what we want to put on the back. So we'll probably do like stats, his name. I got a couple cards right here. You know, this one, card number, a couple logos, name, a quote about him. We're on the back of Tyson's cards. Oh, these are all Project 70 cards, so they all look the same. I'm going to put his stats, and that's where we're going to hop into InDesign, because it's going to be way easier to do his stats if we're in InDesign compared to here. So I'm stealing this front area, this front group. Hollywood sign, copy, go back, go back, go back, and paste. Theoretically, I made that other design. It's going to be 2,000 pixels wide and perfect. This is what I wanted. Boom. All right. It needs to be a little bit brighter. I'll make it a little bit brighter like that. Brighten it up. Maybe we give this a
gradient map.
Sorry, let's get the gradient map. I gotta hide it. Okay, let's make it. Oh, good. Yellow, we got that, and then blue. Oops. And then blue. Okay, those are the colors I want. I only want it to apply to this. You know, looks weird. I did make, you know, I did a little bit of prep work on this. So I had some of the layout and stuff figured out. A lot of the stuff we're doing right now I had not figured out. So let's take these and this. And since we did that, we can move him down a little bit like that. See, the issue now is, like, I covered up all this cool stuff we just did here, like down there. And that's all covered up, but maybe we can just do that. And then we still have our front Herbert. No, not front. We've got our back Herbert. Like this. Maybe we can still scale him up a little bit. Make him a little bit larger. Man, see how it's just messing everything up? Wow, okay. There we go. Okay, so we'll just toss them up, make them a little larger. What I should be doing, we'll do this to appease the design gods. We'll do this to appease Dan Beltran. Let me just find a stupid photo of the golden ratio. Golden ratio, toss. Let's make his face right where the golden ratio is. Burner, burn, burn. Blurry ass photo of the golden ratio. Look at that, already did. See? Already had it set to where his face was gonna be. How about that? Look at me go. Move it over a little bit. Let's just do that actually. Hold on. I need to take this, I need to duplicate it, put it down here, convert this to a smart object, group this into a layer, delete this layer, go like this, take this, give this a, no, I don't need to give it a color overlay, I just want to give it a stroke of the outside of 25 pixels. There, that's pretty much what I had before. I'm also, though, going to give this a color overlay of white, just because I want to. I just need to do that. All right, let's make that gradient a little bit more there. Let's hit save. We got Herbert there with some depth. Let's grab this front Herbert and all his goodness. Should probably link all these together. Link, link, link. And the back fog leg stuff. Link. And maybe I just move him. Oh, see, hold on. I messed a bunch of stuff up. See where his foot is? That's not good. Because that is right here. So that is completely broken, and I scaled him, so it's super broken. Okay, so how are we going to fix that? We're just going to redo it all. Really? We'll just do that. Let's go back here real quick. Let's quit out of that because I don't want that open. Let's hop in here, grab the gradient mask, go back, go here, where this is the new layer we're on. Delete this layer mask. Paste our good friend, the
gradient mask.
Which is taking 8 years to paste. We should probably save too, right? Because it's taking forever. We should probably save. Wow. What we got going on? I got a lot of Adobe programs open right now. I have InDesign open right now because I wanted to have that up and ready to go for whenever we made whatever. So my clock's still going, so I know it's not broken. So that's good. Save. Quit. Let's quit out of some of these smart objects. Quit out of this one. Quit out of that one. Okay, this is the only thing we have open now. Good. Okay, so I just want to apply this to that. Delete this. Except I didn't convert this via new smart object, so I completely just broke this file. And the clipping. So that's super awesome. I can fix this. So I'm going to replace these contents with the original one here and hit enter. Magic. Okay, good. Crisis averted. All right, so let's move all this stuff around. Let's see where the bottom is here. Okay, that's where the bottom is. I need the fog to be linked to this as well, though. All I wanted to do was I wanted to make it so you could see his foot. That's all I wanted to do there, but I messed everything up. There, we'll put it right there. Nope, we're gonna put him back over here just because I think, like, ratio-wise, it just looks better. Is it scaling everything up? Yup. Good. Good, great, grand. Put him right there. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of this stupid. There. That's gone. So that's good. Kind of want to make him bigger. Kind of want to make him like that big. And then I kind of want to make this background guy even bigger. Oh, I don't want that. I want this. That's what I did wrong. Okay, that makes sense. Toss him right there. Perfect. Toss him over a little bit more. Like this. Good. Then we can mask out this area that's not needed. Mask this. Save. Now we got a nice spot to put his hand. Put his hand. Put his name. We'll put his name right there. What's up, Ethan? I guess you could say that.
That's fire, bro.
This is fire, bro. It's my favorite thing on there because it's so cringe. Okay. So we need his name. How do we want his name? Do we want his name simple? I don't know. We'll add it in later. Okay, so we're going to save this. This is where we're at. We pretty much just need to add his name to this, and I think we're done. So what we're going to do is we're going to hide the Hollywood sign, hide all the lightning, hide this guy, hide this, hide this, hide. We're going to hide everything except for this. I'm going to save this out. Yeah, we'll save it out as a ping file. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. It doesn't matter. Herbie card back. I'm just saving this out as a ping file. So now we're going to go into InDesign real quick. InDesign. Entourage. Okay, so we've got our ping file. I should drop it in here. It should be the exact same size as the composition and just fit right in. Perfect. Okay, where is my workspace and why does it not exist? There. Okay. So we're going to take just a yellow square. And we're just going to dumb this down. Oh, I can't do it that way. Okay, I'm going to make it yellow. Yellow. Ugh, gross. Let me get some actual hex colors. Chargers, hex code. Chargers, hex code. I want some good yellow. Yeah. Sunshine gold. Perfect. So I should be able to paste that right here. There. Okay, now it's sunshine gold. So what I want to do is I want to subtract, I don't know, 150 pixels from the side and 150 pixels from the top. And then recenter this. Center, center. Great. And then let's make it 90% opacity. Perfect. Just what I wanted. Okay, so now let's add some information here. Justin Herbert. You guys have a font you guys want me to use? Let me know. So we're not using Minion Pro. Okay, so I want this centered. I want it right here. I want it to be 2 lines. I want it to be white or paper. We're just gonna use Dharma Gothic for now until you guys give me a better suggestion because Dharma Gothic is the GOAT. Justin Herbert. Let's use a different Dharma Gothic. Dharma Gothic. Justin Herbert. Maybe we give this a little bit of an effect. Maybe we give this a drop shadow or something so you can see it a little bit better. Californian Facebook. Okay, do I have a card that has stats on it? Alright, chunk of cards. Nope. 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 See, so like a lot of these cards don't even have stats on them. None of these cards of Devin Hester have the stats on it. They just have like information. It's like here's his name and here's a paragraph and here's his who's it what's it. So let me just look. Oh, these are all actually from the same thing, so they're all gonna look exactly the same. So that might be why. Okay, I don't want things to be huge on this. I want things to be nice and neat. Let's do stats. Let's use a nice. Let's use that. Let's use title in Gothic. Why? Because it's here. Why is it here? I don't know, but I'm not going to complain about it. Okay, stats. I'm going to drop this down to like something real small. Something a little bit bigger than that, though. Stats. Okay. Actually, I want to do this slightly differently. What I'm going to do is just give it some actual spacing from the left. Okay, I don't want this to be all the same. I just want the left spacing. 50 pixels. 75 pixels. Okay. Good. This has a... Man, I'm like trying to remember hotkeys for stuff. Okay, I want to give this I thought it was Command J. Paragraph rule. Found it. Rule below. Turn the rule on. Text color white. Preview. This is basically just going to give me a line. Like this. And I want to offset it 30 pixels. Sure. Great. Stats. Perfect. Okay. So we have our stats. We can actually do everything here, probably. Okay, what stats do we want to highlight? Justin Herbert stats. Probably go to football, profootballreference.com. Here's a bunch of stuff. I want his career stats. Passing. There you go. Here are his passing yards. What if I can just do this? What happens if I do this? Nope, I don't want to do that. Okay. Year. We want to get rid of the rule here, so we don't want it, so that's good. Let's also... We'll just add another return. Okay, year. Theme. I don't want position. I don't want number. Let's do games. Let's do completions. Attempts. Completion percent. Yards. Touchdowns. It's probably good, right? And interceptions. Great. All right, these are going to need to be a teeny bit smaller. And we're going to open up the tabs panel. And how do we want these to align? We probably want them to be left aligned because we're not psychos. So we'll do left align at 0 pixels. We'll do left align here. We'll do left align here. Let's actually see if we can do this. 50, 500, 750. Yeah, that's what I thought. I think that would probably break things if we did that. Let's do it by eye then. Click, 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 click. Drag. Oh, come on. I want this tab and I want to delete it. Thank you. Wow, it really doesn't want me to move that tab. That's really, really inconsiderate of it. Okay, let's make this all smaller. So I can really just adjust this. Adjust. Okay, completion percentage. Let's zoom in here so I can really see what's going on. Oh, look at all these tabs I made for no reason. It's not going to break anything at all. Okay, that's where completion percentage is. This is where attempts are. This is where completion percentage should be, but it can't, so that's good. Get rid of that. Drag this over there. That's where yards will show up then. Get rid of that one. This is where touchdowns will show up. And then this is where interceptions will be. There, kind of like that. Not the best, but it'll work. But now I should just be able to go like this. 2020. Okay, let's fix that first. Boo doo boo. Boo 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 boo. Sure. Let's just bump this up a little. Let's bump this up a lot. 80. Actually, add that row back below it. So we have this nice bar going on. And let's bump this back up so that pops down. 100. There, okay. 2020. LA Chargers. Games played, 15. Completions, he had 396. Attempts, he had 595. Completion percentage was 66.6. Yards, 4,336. Touchdowns, he had 31. And interceptions, he had 10. Okay. Now we might take these. We might turn these all into middle aligned, just because I think it'd look a little bit better with some of these. Now let me get rid of that. Oh man, I knew it was gonna do that. Like, I don't know why it's being such a nuisance. Oh, it's because I didn't have the whole thing highlighted, so it was adding a bunch of tabs instead of using the tabs I want. So this is why I wanted to do this in InDesign, because I can make tabs. These tabs are awesome and make things a lot easier. You can just drag the tab over, space these out however I wish, toss completion percentage over, which is going to break everything. Why did I make a new tab? See? Stop doing that. Finicky tabs. Why you gotta be that way? Okay. Drag, drag, drag. Drag this over. Drag this over. What is this? Yards? What is this? Touchdowns? Touchdowns. Drag. Well, let me get rid of all these. What is this? This is touchdowns. Stop adding. There. Christ almighty. There's probably a faster way of doing this. This is how we're going to do this, because I want it to look good. And this is why we started with what we did and now brought it in here. Blah, 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 blah. Just a little bit more finesse. There. All right. 2021. That's too much though. Let's make this more like 45. Let's make it like 60. So LAC games played. So he's only played in 5 games, so that's fine. We'll just do that for now. Completions 189. Attempts 207. That's a 67.1. Pretty much the same. He has 1,567 yards. He has 13 and 3. 13 and 3. Great. Stats. So we got going on. Stats are there. Okay, let's find our Chargers logo. Let's not put it there. Let's put it like right here. Chargers logo. Drag, drop on top of that. Good. Hit some buttons, make it hit some buttons to make it larger, except that looks stupid, so we want to do that. Okay, good. Then we'll go like that. Justin Herbert. Stats. Now we just need a paragraph about Justin Herbert. Okay, Justin Herbert Browns game. I just want like an article. You know, we're just looking up for any sort of news on Justin Herbert. Look, he broke a pair of records against the Browns. Okay, we'll just do that. We'll just take this, drag it down here, paste it. We'll center it, which I don't really want to do, but we're going to center it. And we're going to align both sides 75 pixels so it's on the inside, like that. And then we're going to make this slightly less readable. Kind of like that. And we're just going to shrink it in a little bit. We're going to get rid of this stupid hyphenation, which is the devil. Hyphenation's gone. Okay, we'll go like this. That's where his stats are. Let's put a box around his stats so people can see them. I can probably actually just make all of this text blue. It'll probably be readable. Chargers hex code. Hope you guys are following along. Still, I popped into super boring design. Good thing no one in here knows Mike Baldwin and will hell on me that I said InDesign's boring. InDesign's actually pretty great. We'll take all these. We'll change the color. Tab, 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 tab. Paste. Oops. Blue. Maybe we want that to be white. No, we're just going to do this instead. We're just going to make this blue. Because just making that blue will make this a lot easier to read. And then we can make this a little bit taller, and then I can make this like 40. And then it does that. And then I can make the logo larger. We'll toss the logo up here like that, and we'll drag his name down like this. Justin Herbert, blah, blah, blah. Stuff, stuff, stuff. Okay, save. Herbert card. InDesign file. File. Export. JPEG. Now let's do a ping. Quality, blah, blah, blah. Let's do quality maximum just because. Export. Okay, now we have a front and a back to the card. So once we figure out how we want to do the text, we can toss it into one of my mock-ups. But we can also just do that now and see what it looks like. So I've got one in there that is dual. Let's do this one. I'll open this up in Photoshop. Boom, Photoshop. All right. Okay, let's turn all this stuff back on. 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 Well, this is taking 6 years to render a ping file from InDesign. Thank you, InDesign, for being the way you are. I honestly don't know why it's taking 6 years to do. It's kind of weird. I'll drag that over here so we can't. Oh, I think it's finished. Okay, so I'm going to save this. We'll save this out as a ping file. I could just save this out as the PSD file and we can just use that, but we're going to save it out as a ping file just so it is a smaller file size. Herbert card save. Did we open this up? Yes, we did. Photoshop is doing some stuff. Okay. So here's a super cool thing I made. So we'll go here, place the left design. All I got to do is find my Herbert card, drop it in there, 2000 by 2800. Go to the file. Boom, there it is. Go to the back. Drop the back in there, which is the same correct size, but it is saved to my pictures folder. I gotta figure out where I saved it to. Something I probably should have been aware of. Export. Yeah, it's in my documents. Where you at, documents? It's not in here. Here it is. Drop this on here. There we go. Okay, we'll delete this. We will save this file. And then if we go to here, now you've got this cool Justin Herbert card in the mock-up. Let's go to our background though and just take that back design we made. Just this. Just kind of blow this up like that. Set it to like 50%, and then just, hold on, take the background and make it yellow, the overlay. Set to 100. I don't know, save and go back. So now it looks like that. What I like to do is really just take a color like this, take the color, duplicate it, multiply it, and just cut out the middle. Kind of like this. Save. What's up, Elijah? Go back. Here you go. You know, Herbert card. Maybe we can add some of those lightning effects we downloaded. I want them around the edge. It's like these guys. And just add like this and just like blow it up and be like, what's up, card? You know, I don't know, something like that. Rotate it slightly so it's not covering up a lot. You know, maybe we filter it and we blur it a little bit. Give a little bit of a Gaussian blur. 12 pixels, sure. Maybe we'll take another one. Maybe we'll take this one and we'll flip it around like this. And I don't know, I'm just trying to make this like a more dynamic way of showcasing a sports card. Get rid of the stuff that covers the frame here and here. Maybe we mask out this there and this here and then whatever's down here. You know, just cool stuff like that. Maybe we go to the background again and then we'll take that yellow, whatever the yellow is, FFC, blah, 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 blah. Make a new layer, go like this. That's too much. Let's go like right there. Save, go back, go back, go back. Justin Herbert. I don't like how that looks. Just duplicate this and set it to screen and invert that. Invert that, there we go. There, see, like that's cool. But let's just select this and paste this real quick, and just give these the same effect of lighting. So it's yellow lighting, Justin Herbert card on top of that. That looks cool. Let's add his name on here somewhere. You know, like right here would work. I don't know how I want. I really don't know how I want to add it. I need you guys to tell me what I should do. Let's grab. I really just want to like mess around with this background. So let's grab this. Just toss that in there, and then that's gonna be on here and look kind of cool. Maybe we tone down the lightning effects. I do like the lightning effects though. Maybe we just have the lightning effects on here, but we just have them. Oh god, they're all linked together. Hold on, let me unlink these layers. I didn't do anything. There we go. Just put some of the lightning like this, just like around the case, but not on it, so you can actually read everything still, like that, you know. Need some of it back in. Is this little guy up here? Like this. And then this guy. Let's have this run across the top like that. Yeah, see? Like that's kind of cool. Okay. Let's actually type the words on here that says Justin Herbert. It's a good place to start. Titling Gothic is always fun. Let's make this smaller. Did I even type in Herbert, or I just type in Herbert? Herbert. Okay, Justin Herbert. We'll put this right here, a little bit smaller. And then actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Chargers logo and we're going to put it on top of this. Kind of like this. But we're going to mask out this area over here because we can. This is masked out. So now we got Justin Herbert. You got a background you can read it on that you're supposed to look at. Let's make this a teeny bit smaller. Up, 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 up. Right there. Let's type in quarterback. Let's make quarterback super small, teeny tiny. Would you look at that? Just look at it. Would you look at that? What is that? Is that like a little speed bag? Alright. Did I not add his text? Like, I deleted where I clearly typed out quarterback in blue, and then it's like, nah, you didn't do that. Let's try that again. Quarterback, highlight. Turn blue. Make small. Make small. Make small. Bump up. Perfect. Great. That goes right here, like this. Let's just rotate it slightly because we can. Nope, not gonna do that. Justin Herbert quarterback. See, I would spend like another hour figuring out how to put this stupid text on here. Where's this logo at? Chargers. I'm gonna rotate this so it's more like that. Gotcha. And we can take it and we can really teeny tiny it up. Justin Herbert, then we can put over here just QB, a little bit bigger in blue. You know, something like this. Something like that, and then where's that texture we got going on? Where's that texture? Is that this? Yep. Okay, we'll take that texture. Is that the texture I want actually? Yeah. Okay, we want this. We want this to be on top of our text, which we'll combine together. Paste. Drop on there. That. Copy it again, and we want it on top of the Chargers logo, which is right here. You know who is electric? Is Daniel Jones is electric. I know you're going for Kadarius Toney. Tony. Okay, Justin Herbert, we got that. We got the Chargers. Can drop that all down to right here for fun. Fun. And then we'll do one of these. That looks kind of good. That gives us more room for his name, so that's nice. And say Justin Herbert there nicely. And say QB right there. Save. Let's add some top effects to this. Just fun. Let's grab a teal and orange. Maybe not a teal and orange. Which one of these is the best, Ethan? Let's do that one. That one's good. Set that to 5. Was that? No, we're not going to do that. That's fine. I do kind of like how that looks. All right. Save. Cool. Good job, Garrett, being 0-5 in fantasy. That is impressive. We'll save that. We're going to file. We'll just save. I got a thing. I hit a button. It saves to my desktop as a ping file. It's way easier. All right. So that's gonna take 8 years to save. We got this. So I go back to my left design here. I can just go to my desktop and go to my card and paste it on top. Delete this. Save. Delete out of that. So we got Justin Herbert here with the card, looking cool with the lightning that does the stuff. We'll set that to screen actually, just because. Let me go to set that to screen. There we go. Give us an outer glow. Nope. Okay, so that's one, so that's cool. So let's actually go and grab a different mock-up. BJD mock-up files. So you saw the mock-ups you get. There's a bunch in here. One of them is this 3D file, and this is the cool guy. It's huge. It's a big file. Theoretically, if I can open it while streaming and editing it, you guys should theoretically be able to, but it's all going to depend on your computer. It might take a hot sec. Like Dan, Universe Graphics, has mentioned. It might take a wee bit. But if you want to use a static one, we did it in 4 seconds right there. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, so all we got to do is replace the back of the card. So we're going to do that with the back of the card, which is in my documents folder apparently. Back of the card. Drag and drop. Uh-oh. There it is. Transforming placed object. Save. Go back. Come on. So if we go back, then I can just replace the front with our Herbert card. Save. I will place the file before saving. All good, all good. Converting colors, converting colors. This is all normal what it's doing. It's basically just updating the smart object here. Then we can go to our background, and I'm actually just gonna steal all of this and paste it and hit save. Do not hit cancel during smart objects, so it'll update some of it, but it won't update all of them, and you'll break the file. Which is fixable, but just don't do it. I'm actually gonna make this that yellow color again. We're gonna make these, so I'm gonna, I don't want these to have the exact same backgrounds. So we're just gonna make this yellow, 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 yellow. Save. It's very bright. Oh yeah. Okay, save. This is open. Okay, the only things we have open are the 2 files. So we've got this. I'm going to save this out. And we're going to save this out as the original. We'll save it as, I don't know, Herbert card. Herbert cards mocked. New file. Great. Smocked. That one's done. So this one, with this, all we need to do, I just want to check something just real quick. Good. So what we need to do for this is just go to File, which doesn't exist, as you can see. There we go. Jeez. File, export, render video. And these are the settings I'm using. 24 frames a second, square aspect, whatever this render is, all frames, document size, high quality, render. And theoretically, this shouldn't take too long. Now it's rendering out a 5-second video of 100 frames, 150 frames, 2000 by 2000. But as this renders out, that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for joining me once again for another lovely Tuesday night. We'll see if this ever loads or renders, and see if I have anything that I can post. Well, we have all the other files. I can always just try this again when I'm not doing 6,000 things on my computer. But this was a fun one. I think the card we made was kind of cool. Tyson Becky, you know, sort of like that. It's just a cool design. The Charger stuffs are cool to make because the colors are nice, just like the Rams, but they can also add in lightning and stuff like that. So it's always fun. This is also a good showcase of like, hey, this is gonna break your computer. I'm gonna save our InDesign file. I'm just gonna quit out of some stuff we don't need, because it's just gonna help my computer work better. All right. Let's find that file on my desktop. Yeah, so this is the mock file saved out. So I think it looks pretty good. Fits in well. Got the card design on the front, card design on the back. It really looks cool when you're doing it on the, have it designing on the back as well. You know what I could theoretically do is just toss this into the Cinema 4D file as the card file, but that would be too much work. And it would take way longer to render than this is trying to render now. The issue is the issue this doesn't is mainly that I'm streaming and doing all this stuff. Theoretically, it shouldn't take this long for you guys. See if I can stop this real quick and just toss this into some other mockups. So maybe don't do this while you're streaming, because it's got to render a video. And I'm rendering a video already to the internet and stuff, so I'm going to blame it on that. So theoretically, if you hit Command period, it stops whatever you're doing. So I can hit a bunch of buttons and see what happens that way. Or we can just let this go. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me. I think I'll let this do its course and see if I'm sure it'll start rendering as soon as I stop streaming. So you guys have a lovely evening. Thank you guys for joining me. I'll see you guys next week to do another design based on whatever you guys want. Just let me know in the comments below. I'm gonna go make some edits to some super cool stuff, and I will see you guys next week. So you guys take care.